Today we're going to be working on the well-read achievement progression. I've done this on my main character before back in 2012. Achievements are account-wide, so you will only have to complete this on one character. Now, let's dive into the video. So we're going to be starting out with the books that are in Stormwind, and they can all be found in Stormwind Keep, lying directly here. You'll enter the library on the left, and you'll find your first book here on the chair, Beyond the Dark Portal. And then you'll find a book on the column directly to the left of that, Draconic for Dummies. And as you push forward, there'll be another book on the column, Civil War in the Plague Lands. You'll pass a group of people reading here, and you'll find some books on the table right in front of you. The World Tree and the Emerald Dream. War of the Ancients. And then work your way around. Make sure we don't miss anything. The next book would be here on the column, Aegwynn and the Dragon Hunt. So that was the table. There were 2 books on there, and then you have one on the column here. And then you work your way around again. Make sure you don't miss anything on any of the columns. And there's the next column with the new Horde. You push forward. There's nothing here. Nothing there. And you have another table with the Alliance of Lordaeron, the Aftermath of the Second War, and the Guardians of Tiraspol. There's nothing on the column to be found either. But then, as you're exiting, you'll see the last book on the column, the Kaldori and the Well of Eternity. So those are all the books in the Royal Library, and the next stop will be the War Room. All the books that you need will be found here on the map in the center, and there would be the Battle of Grim Batol, War of the Spider, and the Dark Portal and the Fall of Stormwind. So the next stop is going to be in the inn in Goldshire. To go in and upstairs, and then as soon as you come up the stairs, you're going to take the first right, and then the table you should find Ice Crown and the Frozen Throne. So now that we've done the inn, we need to head over to the Eastvale logging camp. So now that I'm in Eastvale logging camp, you see the lumber mill there, and you kind of want to go for the building over there. This one. You should see Marshal Haggard outside. And then you head in. And you want to go upstairs. As soon as you get upstairs, you'll find the book on the table. Lethargy of the Orcs. And that's the only book that's in the Eastvale logging camp. So the next stop is going to be in Duskwood. Once you enter Darkshire, you can go to the building where Commander Althea is standing. You go inside, go left, then right again, all the way up to where the Deputy Mayor is standing at the table. You'll find the Birth of the Lich King. And then near where Hogan is standing, you'll find the Alliance of Lordaeron. And then you head back out to the inn. Go upstairs. Then you head into the first room on the left, and above the shirt you'll find Kil'jaeden and the Shadow Pact. Then you go to the middle room, and you'll find the founding of Quel'Thalas. Then you head back out, and in the room on the right, you'll find on the table Mount Hyjal and Illidan's Gift. So the next stop is going to be in Sentinel Hill, And we want to fly down to the mailbox. Next to Kirk Maxwell. You head into the building. And you go over to this table and you're going to find The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian is the only book that you should be able to find in here. So that means that we can head down to Booty Bay to go pick up the books that are down there. Now that I've arrived in Booty Bay, you want to fly up until you see this capsized boat here. And then you're going to go in here to where Skin Me Own Coat is standing. The t-shirt scalper. And then you'll find a book next to the bed. The Sentinels of the Long Vigil. And then you turn around and go through here, go all the way downstairs. Keep going down all the way downstairs. All the way out, around, and then in here, you'll find the Empire's Fall, Wrath of the Soul Flayer, the Twin Empires. In the back side, you'll find the Scourge of Lordaeron, another way to find them is if you were to come in to where Seawolf McKinney is staying, and then you go downstairs, you'll be able to find those books. And then you want to go over to the inn. And you'll find Sunwell, The Fall of Quel'Thalas in the upstairs. And those should be all of the books that you can find in Booty Bay. Now that we've found all the books in Booty Bay, we're going to head over to the Swamp of Sorrows to go pick up some in the Horde camp. Once you make it to the Swamp of Sorrows, you want to fly over to Stonard, right here. It's a Horde camp, so it will be a little bit risky. The way I'm going to be doing this is that I'm going to go into the main building to look for the books, but I will not be engaging any of the mobs. So you want to go into the largest building. Oh, they're already shooting at me. Where am I at? This building here. Oh, go all the way upstairs. To start with the books up there, because you're going to have to run back down anyway. So, we have a book behind Dispatch Command Raug, Rise of the Horde. Then you've got the New Horde. And then you head on downstairs again fast. Check if there are any books back here. There aren't any. And then on the table here, you've got the Dark Portal, Fall of Stormwind. And I think that's about it. Leave the building. So the next stop is going to be in Ironforge. The really cool part about this is that they're all over in the Hall of Explorers, so they're pretty easy to find. So let's go. All you should do is just fly straight in. And starting with the very first table on the right, you'll find Civil War of the Plaguelands, Rise of the Horde, The Alliance of Lordaeron, and work your way around the room. Then the next book will be Arathor and the Troll Wars. You work your way over to the next table. You'll find War of the Three Hammers, Ironforge, The Awakening of the Dwarves. And then the middle table, you'll find the Battle of Grim Batol, the Old Gods in the Ordering of Azeroth, and Charge of the Dragonflight. Our next set of books that we're going to be picking up are going to be in Kalimdor. So in order for you to be able to see Teldrassil before it got burned, the way I'm looking at it right now, you're going to have to go to Zidormi on the map. I'll show you where. She is right here, and you have to talk to her.
King's honor, friend.
In order for her to transport you to the past or the present. I'm currently in the past, and that's where you need to be in order for you to get to Darnassus.
Light blessing.
So once you're able to see Lord Anel like this, you can go to your flight, either get a mage to teleport you, or go to the Hippogriff Master.
Hello.
And fly over to Rutherden Village.
Farewell.
And then use the portal to get to Darnassus. You come out here. So once you've made it to Darnassus, I already have the waypoints on my map for the books that we're trying to find here. And we're going to just fly over and grab them and then make our way down to Ratchet. The first one is going to be in Tradesman's Terrace. Right in here. And as soon as you get into the building, it's right here. Entrance. Betrayer Ascendant. That's the only book in this building. Then we have to make our way over to the Craftsman's Terrace to get the last three. As soon as you come into this building here, you'll find a book on the table. The World Tree and the Emerald Dream. Then you go back out, and the next book should be right across from there, Aftermath of the Second War. Right next to Tarion Silverdew. And then the last book is over in this building. Upstairs next to Hugo. The War of the Ancients. These are all the books that you can get in Darnassus. Now we have to make our way down to Ratchet to pick up the ones that are down there. Once you make it into Ratchet, you want to fly over this way to where the buildings are. And then you're going to go into this building. And between the beds, you're going to find Sargeras and the Betrayal. Then you go over to where Theramore Deckhand is standing, and you'll find Mount Hygel and Hillidan's Gift. You head back outside, and then you want to get on a mount so you can fly up here, and you'll find Exile of the High Elves. And then you want to go into this building where Liv is, and you'll find Archimonde's Return and the Flight to Kalimdor. and that covers all the books that you can find in Ratchet. Our next stop is going to be down in Gadgetistan. Once you land in Gadgetistan, you need to go over on this side, and you'll see your first book, Old Hatred, The Colonization of Kalimdor, on the ground. And then you need to fly over to the inn. Go inside, and then you're going to see a table with some roses, and there are 3 books there. The Twin Empires, Empire's Fall, and Wrath of the Soulflayer. These are the only books that I was able to find down here. If you somehow are able to find some others, please comment below so I can know where they are. If you haven't found the books in Stormwind yet, you can check the description box below. So we're going to head over to Stratholme to pick up the last couple books, and then we should have completed our achievement. So we need to go over to this area here. There will be some books here where Commander Malor is, and then we have to go in between where Commander Malor is and where Instructor Galford is. So you want to get over onto the Crusader Square side, and then go into the Scarlet Bastion, and I'll try my best to ignore as many of these as I can till I get to the books. So in here where Commander Malor is, on the table in the room where you kill Commander Malor, you'll find the 7 Kingdoms, Kil'jaeden, and the Shadow Pact. And those are the only ones in this room. And we just have to make our way through. So, Commander Malor is over here. We'll just make our way through. Ignore all the stuff on the side. We want to head over this way. Into this room where the risen monks are. You'll find a bunch of books. So again, you'll find 2 books over where Commander Malfor is, and then you make your way around to the room right before you get to Instructor Galford, and on the right side you will find War of the Spider, Ice Crown, and the Frozen Throne. On the floor you'll find Civil War in the Plaguelands. And then back on the other side on the table, you'll find the Birth of the Lich King, the Lich King Triumphant, and Kel'Thuzad and the Formless Scourge. I hope you enjoyed this series of completing the well-read achievement together. Let me know in the comments which other achievements you're working on. Catch you guys next time. Bye.